My wife divorced me after my cancer diagnosis and took our daughter. They returned for my inheritance, but I had other plans. Hello, Reddit Talkative here. I remember the exact moment everything changed. Not the cancer diagnosis, though that was earth-shattering. No, it was the moment I realized the person I loved most didn't love me back the same way. My name's David. I'm 44. Up until 3 years ago, I thought I had a pretty solid life. A decent career in IT, a modest home just outside Denver, and a small, tightly knit family. My wife Rachel and I had been married for 11 years. Our daughter Lily was 8. My whole world. She had my eyes and her mother's fire. I used to joke that she'd grow up to be smarter than both of us combined. And I meant it. In early spring of 2022, I got diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. The kind of diagnosis that takes the wind right out of your lungs. I wasn't prepared, not mentally, emotionally, or financially. I remember sitting on the bathroom floor that night, everything spinning, but what scared me more than dying was the thought of leaving Lily behind. I wanted to fight. I was going to fight, but Rachel, she shut down. At first I thought it was fear. I assumed she was processing, just like I was. I gave her space. I didn't ask too much, I just kept showing up. Even when chemo started, even when the vomiting wouldn't stop, even when I lost my hair, my appetite, my strength, I kept showing up. She didn't. In the middle of my second chemo cycle, Rachel told me she needed to think about things. That was code, I'd learn, for I've already decided. A week later, I came home from a brutal round at the hospital to find the house half empty. Furniture gone. Lily's room stripped. Divorce papers on the kitchen table. She'd taken Lily. No warning. No conversation. Just gone. At first, I didn't have the energy to fight it. Between the treatments and the crushing grief, I felt like a ghost in my own life. I went through the motions, answered my lawyer's questions, showed up to court dates when I could. But she had the momentum. She framed it all as too much for Lily to handle. Said I was emotionally unavailable and that the home wasn't stable. I couldn't believe it. The judge granted her primary custody. I got bi-weekly weekends, assuming my health allowed it. I never forgot that moment in court, by the way, when she looked right past me like I was already dead. Fast forward 18 months, I survived. Not by a little, by a lot. The tumors shrank. The surgery worked. The chemo burned away what was left. Against all odds, I went into remission. And in that time, something else changed. I rebuilt. My brother helped me remodel the house. I started doing remote consulting and made more money in 1 year than I had in 5. I reconnected with friends. I saw Lily as often as I could, though Rachel made it difficult. And then came the news. My father passed. Complications from a stroke. We hadn't been close in the last few years, but he left everything to me. A house in Oregon, land, stock, bonds, over $2 million worth of inheritance. I didn't tell anyone. Not yet. But I knew the moment Rachel found out, because suddenly, she came back. It was almost laughable. She showed up at my door with Lily, acting like nothing had happened. Said she was so proud of my recovery, that it was God's plan that we reconnect. She played the long-lost lover card so well I might have believed it, if I'd been the same man I was before. She even tried to kiss me. I stepped back, politely but firmly. I told her that chapter was closed. She frowned. Then she said, "Don't you think Lily deserves a real family again?" That hit a nerve, because yes, of course she did. But Rachel wasn't talking about family. She was talking about access to the money. Over the next few weeks, Rachel tried everything. Calls, messages, guilt trips, telling Lily that Daddy might not want us back. Then came the legal threats. She wanted to revisit custody. Said my lifestyle might be too unpredictable. Claimed she was just trying to do what's best for our daughter. But what she didn't know, what no one knew, was that I'd already changed the terms of my will. My inheritance? It was going into a trust, one that Lily couldn't access until she was 25, and only if she pursued education or started a business. The executor? My sister, not Rachel. And as for custody, I finally had the strength, the money, and the legal power to fight back. And I did. I hired a bulldog of a lawyer, collected every text, every call, every missed weekend visit, got character statements from doctors, neighbors, and teachers. I showed the court the full picture, Not the one Rachel painted when I was too weak to speak for myself. And you know what? I won. Shared custody. Even weeks. Holidays on a rotating schedule. Rachel was furious. She tried to appeal, failed. She couldn't use Lily as leverage anymore, and when she realized the money wasn't coming her way, she vanished again. Lily is 11 now. She's bright, kind, a little sarcastic, just like her old man. She still loves her mom, and I'll never get in the way of that, but she knows the truth. In time, she'll know more. Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder what would have happened if I hadn't made it. If Rachel had taken Lily, inherited everything, and never looked back, but I did make it. And I had other plans. So no, my story didn't end with a cancer diagnosis. It started there. And I lived to write my own damn ending.